Hello and welcome back to Not Just Another Fat Girl. I am your resident fat girl, Kristen, and this is the fabulous Delphina from Delphina Reads Too Much. You are probably pretty used to seeing her pretty face right now because she has been in a lot of videos lately. But that's because I loves her.
And I came to visit.
Yes, she did. So we took advantage of that and made lots of fabulousness for all of you people out there. Or at least I hope you think it's fabulous. If you don't, boo, go ahead and click X now. That's okay. I won't hate. And that is what we are going to talk to you about today. We are going to talk to you about body shaming in general. And the reason why I say in general is because I think too often we forget that there's a flip side to every coin. Too often in the media, especially nowadays, social media, essentially they are putting skinny against fat. And they're pitting women against women, men against men, because that's the bottom line. We are all human. And I don't care what you weigh, what size you are. Nobody should ever put you down for being who you are, the way that you are. And for some people, they can't even change it. Some people have medical conditions and they can't gain weight. And reversely, they can't lose weight. And so tearing somebody apart, making a backhanded comment, being passive aggressive about something that they can't change, or something that they could change, but they can't change in that moment. Yeah. It's not like you can snap your fingers and be 100 pounds lighter or 100 pounds heavier. It's not like you can snap your fingers and all of a sudden be within the societal standard of what everybody should be. Yeah. So punishing somebody for that, being mean, being cruel in any fashion, honestly, is just plain unnecessary.
Yeah. And I think for the most part, people who are watching Just Another Fat Girl are not the people who would do this intentionally. You don't say, oh, I know, I'll make myself feel better by putting someone else down, because you know what that feels like. And that's a generalization, but for the most part, I think most of the people that would subscribe to this channel and follow this channel have similar feelings. But what I've seen lately is people are inadvertently doing it. It is so easy to share a meme that makes you laugh without thinking about what that really means. There's one, and all different variations of it are floating around, but it always talks about real women have, and then it's whatever it is. Real women have curves, or real women are fit, or real women are smart, and it's all different things, but it real women, because and so that's supposed to make people feel good, like, oh, real women have curves, I have curves, I feel good. It's not meant to shame. But if you're looking at that and you've always wished that you could wear a pair of skinny jeans, whatever they call them, but they never fit right because you don't have any curves, then how do you feel?
Inadvertently, a lot of times we are excluding, like saying real women have and then defining that. You are saying anybody who does not have whatever follows is no longer a real woman, at least in your eyes, or according to the meme or whatever it was that you shared. And that's very exclusive. It's like you've created this little exclusive club over here, and it's not to downplay the power in numbers, the power in likeness, because frankly, you know, there are certain groups of people that tend to be more supportive of curvy girls, and vice versa. Certain groups of people who tend to support, you know, thinner people. But universally speaking, nobody should ever be shamed for being the way that they are. Nobody should ever be excluded from the club, because you know what? We are all human. We are all on the same earth. We are all struggling with the same body image issues at some point in time. There are so many more things that unite us than segregate us.
Yeah.
And the moment we take those blinders off, the moment we stop pitting, fat against thin, thin against fit,
tall against short even.
Exactly. Race against race, religion against religion. The moment we sort of break down those barriers and get to the heart of who everybody is, the better off we will be. You should never, ever, ever, whether it's, inadvertent or not, we should never tear somebody down. We should never diminish somebody else's value in order to make ourselves feel better.
And sometimes that means you need to think through what the messages you're giving, because it's so easy just to hit a share button or to use a hashtag that's really popular. And there are so many amazing hashtags if you want to be body positive, where you're positive about loving yourself and about everybody fitting in and everybody being wonderful without the exclusion of others. And it's just, sometimes it's just like, oh, wait, and stopping and thinking. Because you don't mean to be mean. I've done it. I shared the Real Unicorns Have Curves where it was a rhinoceros because I like unicorns. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I didn't even think about it because that's funny. Ha ha, let's share it. And that doesn't mean we have to be all PC, politically correct on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I hashtag fat babe. There's really not much politically correct on that.
I hashtag that one as well.
Yeah. But it means just think about the message you're sending out there. The message that possibly your children or future children might say. Like, is that something that you think would be okay for them?
Absolutely. Something that I have kind of as a rule for myself when it comes to hashtags is I really try to stick with facts, not exclusions. So I am fat. I am a fat babe. I am curvy. I am a curvy girl. I am size sexy. And so I hashtag the things that are facts. I don't hashtag things such as, thick thighs save lives or something along those lines where it would exclude other people in any way, shape, or form, or at least I try not to. Nobody is perfect. I am definitely not perfect. I have made my fair share of mistakes, especially when I was stumbling along in my little self-love journey. I made tons and tons and tons of mistakes, and there are things that I wish that I hadn't done. But the one thing that I know I wish that everybody else would understand and would follow is that there is nothing positive, nothing wonderful, nothing good about tearing somebody else down, about excluding somebody, about casting somebody out of the in crowd, of the little group there. Think about how you feel whenever that has happened to you in the past. I know everybody has been on the play yard at some point in time in school and were the last ones picked or were excluded from a game or, were outside of their little friendship circle because of a bicker, at some point in time. We have all been excluded and we all know what it feels like to be excluded, and it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good. It makes you feel very inadequate. It makes you feel less than. It makes you question your value and your worth. And I don't know about you, but I never want anybody else to go through that if I can prevent it. I never want anyone else to go through that because of me, because of something that I didn't do, because I didn't stop and take a moment and consciously consider other people's perspectives. And that's really what it's all about. Just stop and put yourself in somebody else's shoes for 1 second. And if you hesitate, if you are unsure, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's that simple. Don't do it.
And there are times when you'll see things, especially on social media, where you'll see something and it makes you cringe because you see how negative it is. You know, I've seen way too many times where they'll post a picture of somebody that they think is too fat for an outfit. And people will all comment about that. And you can sometimes turn that into a positive, not by slamming or getting into an argument. I know I've posted more than once before, you know, I had the confidence to just be out there. And I'd be like, wow, I really wish I had her confidence. Something as little as that might boost somebody who sees all that negativity on that picture. Because you know what? She thought she looked good. And she felt good.
Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't feel good. Maybe she felt fat and ugly or too thin or anorexic. Maybe she felt bad about himself, herself, whoever they are in that photo. And maybe they're just like me and you, and every now and then they need that reassurance. They need that love and support to say, you know what? Be who you are. Be the size you are. Be how you are and accept that. Love that. Because we all deserve to be loved. We all deserve to be accepted and supported and embraced exactly as we are. Whether you are fat or thin, black or white, yellow, purple, I don't care. I grow in all the colors because I do not discriminate.
Yeah. And every time I see someone pulling one of those photos and putting it up, I just hope that the person who is in those photos never sees those comments and never knows that they were put up there for that ridicule. And a lot of times it's in a comment this, caption this because they think it's funny, but there was somebody in that picture.
There was a human being there. And that's why I say be consciously conscious. Consciously consider somebody else aside from yourself in everything that you do, but especially when it comes to somebody else's appearance, because we are all, no matter how we may look on the outside, we all have our bad body days. We all have our insecurities. And they can kind of creep up on us at the strangest of times. But I remember how it feels to be put down. And you have to stop and think, I don't care if they look perfect. They still have feelings. They are still a human being. And why am I so bitter towards them that I would put them down, that I would feel the need to go out of my way to tear them down, whether it was directly or indirectly? That's more of a reflection on me than it is on them. And that's something where you have to stop and evaluate that. So be consciously conscious. Consciously consider every single thing that you do when it comes to other people and their bodies, because you want them to do the same with yours, period.
Yeah, and being body positive at the expense of someone else is not being body positive.
No, not at all.
It completely misses the point of the whole movement, where it's everybody should love the body they're in. Because that's what you got. And that doesn't mean you don't want to maybe get healthy or maybe get more fit or my kids, they want to get taller. you might have things that you don't find 100% perfect. That doesn't mean you can't love the body you're in, because it's who you are at this moment.
Yep. I always say that me loving myself is not me proclaiming that I am perfect. It's me proclaiming that I refuse to punish myself for not being perfect, because there is nobody that is perfect in this world. Nobody and nobody. Absolutely.
So thanks for stopping by.
Be consciously conscious, people. Yeah, consciously conscious. Think of somebody else. Think of your own insecurities, your own sensitivities, and consider them from somebody else's perspective. I don't care what they look like. So go do that. Hopefully you found something useful in this video right here, and that you like the message, because it's a good one. It's a body positive message. So if you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, continue to be fabulous and to spread fabulousness.